Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth edition of Economy Markets and Macro. It's a short podcast where I discuss everything about whatever I came across, economy, markets, or any macro news, anything that I find interesting, basically. So without saying anything further, let's just start and dive deep into it. Let me just share my screen and we'll get right into it. Yep. So let's just start with a quick market overview. So Nifty 50, like I was positive, like when it turned back up in April after the Liberation Day, it went up quite a bit. It was at 25,660, very close to all-time high of 26,285 or something like that. Uh, like it was just in reaching range, like within a foot's range kind of thing. But it seems like the last couple of weeks, things haven't gotten better. It actually slided down, came below its 50-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is still quite a bit far away at 24,000-ish, but it definitely breached its 50-day moving average. So we don't know how it's going to perform further, but let's hope for a quick reversal and break of all-time high. It's now almost an year since we have touched a new all-time high. After 27 September 2024, we haven't reached a new all-time high, not even a single all-time high this year. So yeah, I'm really waiting to see a new all-time high soon enough. Now let's come to some of the interesting news that I'm coming across. So Nvidia, the first company in overall market history of the world, has reached $4 trillion. Just imagine $4 trillion. Just one company, Nvidia, is at a market cap of $4 trillion. And just to give you a context of this, the whole GDP of India is $4 trillion, not single company. Like I think the whole market cap of India is a little bit higher than $4 trillion, but not by much, just a little bit higher or very close to that. But the GDP of India is like 5 trillion-ish, so not very higher than Nvidia. So just imagine just one company, Nvidia, is at a market cap of $4 trillion. And to give you a little bit more context, these are all the Indian stocks ranked by market cap, and the highest market cap stock is Reliance. And Reliance is at 20 lakh crore market caps, which comes to around $300 billion. So the top most market cap stock in India, even if we, uh, do a total summation, it doesn't come across more than $300 billion. And if we like, this is around $200 billion. So I don't think the overall market cap of Indian stocks is going to be higher than $4 or $5 trillion at the most. But a single company, Nvidia, is at $4 trillion. And this is something, this is not a bull scenario. Like their earnings have been growing tremendously. Like just imagine, uh, like when it was at $3 trillion, it was posting year on year 65% earnings growth. Just imagine a $3 trillion company posting a 65% earnings growth or revenue growth kind of thing. It's just unimaginable to us. But this is what it is. And this is why I like the US a lot. It is an innovative market. People are always like innovating things. Like just see all the innovations that have come in the past few years. Everything has been from the US. Obviously, there are other countries who do that, like China isn't lagging as such, but the first step always comes from US. Just see the whole AI landscape. Who is investing? Like Meta, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, and all these companies are investing billions and billions of dollars to get up the whole AI infrastructure. So it's not a small thing. I don't know if I read this news, but Meta is investing in a data center headquarters, which is almost the size of Manhattan. Just imagine a data center the size of Manhattan. Like how preposterous it is, like how big it would be, and how kind of, uh, the kind of investment that you would need to do here. Like it's just unimaginable. Like, yeah, I hope India gets somewhere like the R&D. So just to give you an example here, this is how it looks like. So this is the Hyperion data center over Manhattan. Meta is, I think, spending, yeah, here it is. Meta is spending around 65 to $72 billion. It has already spent $165 billion. So just imagine half of the Reliance's market cap was just the expense of Meta just in AI data center kind of thing. It's not on even overall spending, just for AI data centers, AI infrastructure spending, half of market cap of HDFC Bank by just one company in the US. And similar investments are been going on with other companies as well. Just see this, the size of data center, which is like, size of the whole man. Now, this is what we require, right? The R&D spends that we require. I hope this comes to India as well someday. I just hope. Just imagine Meta spending $100 million on a single AI talent, like a single individual of an AI talent, and these way they're also investing in multiple people who have such kind of AI talents. Now, you might think that this is an extravagant expenditure, but it is not. You have to think like Meta has a market cap of trillions, and if they don't spend in AI, they're going to lose trillions. So spending a couple of $1 billion in AI talent is not going to be a big deal for them if to earn trillions later on. This is the kind of mindset, the global mindset that we need to have, where our companies can invest in new technologies, new things that are coming across, and just the freedom of innovation that we have in US. I'm just like hats off to them, to be very honest, and I hope this continues because this is how the world goes forward. Obviously, everyone cannot do that. There are only a few percentage, like less than 1 to 2% of people who can do that, or corporates. But I hope this kind of R&D spending and this kind of innovative capacity and mindset comes to India soon enough. And I cannot just say hope it comes. It's something that we have to do, right? But yeah, it's just ludicrous to see this. And I'm not saying that this is bad or I'm envy. I actually like this, that what US is doing. Someone should do this, right? Otherwise, how will we move forward? I know it was a bit of preaching here, but yeah, I just love this. The next thing that was very interesting to me was Bitcoin hitting an all-time high. So let's just first quickly see a chart of BTC USD. Sorry. Yeah. So if I see, yeah, this should be. So this is a chart of Bitcoin, and as you can see, it recently hit an all-time high of $123,000 almost. Just imagine, like everyone had written off Bitcoin and crypto in back in 2017, then again in 2022, when it came back to 12,000, 15,000 USD, and now it's back to 120,000 USD. Obviously, it's a very volatile asset. As you can see, it is not like it has come without its drawdown. It definitely has its drawdowns. But yeah, I mean, BTC is something that has hit like 2.5 trillion market cap, more than Google or Amazon, almost half of India's GDP, a little bit more than half of India's GDP, and assets of Indian mutual funds, etc. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the future. But this is another thing that I like. Again, an asset that is freely tradable in US. There are no restrictions. Yeah, I mean, in India, you all know, like, we have a ton of restrictions on crypto and stuff. And there are pros and cons. I understand that, but to be honest, we really are not a free market economy kind of thing. So this is what happens in a capitalist free market economy, where you can basically trade most of the things that are available, and that's what leads to innovations and stuff. It enhances technology and moves humanity one step forward. But yeah, it's really interesting to see that BTC has hit all-time high, and I'm really, really curious and very excited to see what happens ahead. I don't own it because it's very tedious to own it if you are an Indian resident. So I don't own it, but I hope it sometime comes in India, and hopefully I can get a share of it. The next is the newly launched AMC Jio BlackRock has got approval to launch four passive equity oriented index funds. So these are the four funds: mid cap 150, Nifty Next 50, small cap 250, and the fourth is the 8 to 13-year GSEC index fund, which is going to be a fund kind of a thing. But a totally passive fund rather than fund manager taking, active calls, that's it. So this is also very nice to see more passive AMCs coming in. I don't know, like, how is this going to be? Because I don't believe that we should have set, like, market cap based passive funds, like smaller market, like small cap 250 or even mid cap 150, Nifty Next 50 passive funds don't really serve the purpose. You're taking a, market cap view, you're taking a factor view of size factor, right? That you want to invest in lower size companies kind of thing. And the downsides of this is like, if you invest in a small cap 250 index fund, what happens is the companies that grow, they go out of that index and, they mature to the next index, which is a mid cap 150, and again to the next index, which is the next 50, then to the Nifty 50 kind of thing. So it's better to own a fund, one fund which has, a big enough like a Nifty 50 or Nifty 500 index fund, which can invest in, a broad set of companies rather than a very narrow oriented, small market size kind of a fund. It's good to see more passive funds coming in India, but I don't think we need, these kind of passive funds as such. Uh, yeah, but yeah, it's good to see that more passive funds come from various AMCs. Next is this that I was reading across. So India turns into an acquisition hotspot for PE. So PE is private equity. So it seems like there are a lot of acquisitions happening in India in private equity sector. So as you can see in 14, 15, 16, it was between like $6 to $9 billion per year, the PE deals. Well, today it is almost at, $30 billion in 2024. So almost a 6x increase in the last 10 years, which is a good thing. I think we should have more private equity deals in India. This enables more, risk taking because founders now have somewhere to go to fetch capital, which they can use to launch new ventures, hopefully create something good along the way, create shareholder value, and better services for the people. It also creates more jobs, better efficient services, which eventually helps to increase productivity and overall path of India towards a multi-trillion dollar economy going forward. But yeah, I mean, we need these kind of investments because unless these investments happen, we cannot have more jobs, more productivity, and essentially more GDP and more money to, for people to earn and distribute kind of thing. But yeah, I like this. Obviously, all of these are not going to succeed. Like in PE, I'm guaranteed that 90% of the startups will fail because of imperfect market fit or some other innovation catching up and making them obsolete or just bad founders. And so it's going to be a combination of all the things, obviously. But yeah, I mean, this is part and parcel, but we need more of these investments so that we can get more companies in the startup ecosystem who can do new things and increase productivity. I hope this just goes on up and up and away, hopefully, and we as citizens also get more efficient services to use, as well as create more efficient job producing economy. This is something else that I was going through I came across in a newsletter. So they had done a factor back test. So most of the factor back test, if you see, are done in US context from around 1926, 1927 to the recent years. Because the data before 1927 was not successfully available or was not clean enough. There are a few people published a paper where they did a factor analysis on multiple developed markets from 1900 to 1925. So just to see if there are any factors which are producing significant consistent alpha. So as you can see here, green is momentum, purple is size, and the teal color is low vol. So it seems like momentum is significant in almost all of the markets. Obviously, some markets do have other, but momentum is significant in almost all of the markets, except oh yeah, no, it is significant in all of the markets. Size and low wall are good in most of the markets. In some markets, they are not. But momentum, as you can see at the green line, is significant in all the markets. It has consistent alpha, like in Amsterdam, Canada, London, New York, Paris, Sydney, Zurich, and on an average as well across the markets. Momentum has performed well and provided alpha, right? So this is why I trust the momentum factor. It is, age-old factor, and it's just, I think momentum is how market moves. It's very difficult factor to go through because it frequently goes to huge gut-wrenching drawdowns, which is part and parcel of that factor. But I just like that it is also the most performant factor, and that's how market returns come, right? So yeah, this is another proof that the out of sample data, which was previously not available from 1900 to 1925, even in that markets, and they made it available, the clean data was made available, the factor still outperforms and provides consistent alpha. So that's a good thing to hear. And the last is a little bit of a macro news. So sorry, this is zoomed in a lot. So this is something that I came across. So India's metro budget just hit a record new high. So in FY25, there is almost a capex of 25,000 crores in Indian metro budget, which is a really good thing. I think we should overbuild metros. Metro as in not the cities, but like the metro train metros, is those who stay in Mumbai and Bangalore. I think I visited those two places quite often, and I know that the infrastructure upgrade is happening at a very fast pace and and parallelly simultaneously at a lot of places. I think we should overbuild metro. That is very much important, right? Because what it does is it gives you a clean, air-conditioned way to travel for your office spaces, etc. You don't have to sit in traffic in your cars or commute to a specific station because metro runs to the city. Uh, the stations are mostly near to your house. You don't have to go to a railway station, which can be far away. You don't have to sit in traffic in on the roads, or sometimes waterlogging happens due to rains or something else. Metro is typically higher ground, so rains typically don't affect it. Basically, what it enables is good, efficient transport of office-going people, uh, and thereby basically improving productivity. Right at the down, this is infrastructure. This is investment for us as a country. We're investing in good public infrastructure, which will eventually make everyone more efficient, more productive, and in turn it's going to save time for us because the productivity is going to increase and eventually we are going to get the returns of it. You don't see this amount 25,000 crore. Even if governments are taking loans, they are not house loans. They can pay that back. That's not an issue at all. But I think we should overbuild metro. Let the metro runs idle right now because as more and more people come to Indian middle class, as more and more people come and go to these urban centers of our urban centers, urban cities, they're going to need this infrastructure. And we have to think not 5, 10 years ahead, but we have to think like 20, 25 years ahead. Like more and more people are going to come to cities. So we need this infrastructure, this efficient infrastructure, which can help, or give us good productivity. And I think we should overbuild metro as much as we can. Let them run, empty right now. That's not an issue at all. This is not a business proposition that we need to make a profit right away. This is a investment in public infrastructure, which is going to give us a hell lot of rewards in future in terms of productivity and efficiency. And that's not bargainable, or that's not something that we should mistake with expense versus revenue kind of a you know situation. Yeah, but I think this is a very good thing that is happening in India. A few good things. The only thing that I don't like right now is the whole bureaucratic nature, but I hopefully we'll come across that as well. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for today. Nothing else that came in my news or feed kind of a thing. So really interesting to see what is happening around the world and in India, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like this podcast, please do like, share, and subscribe, and spread a good word to your friends, etc. Thank you so much for joining.